I change your bum life. You fight me, it's a celebration.
I would beat you.
When you sign to fight me, it's a celebration. You ring back home, you ring your wife. Baby, we done it. We're rich, baby. Conor McGregor made us rich. Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
Yo, welcome back to the fifth round. Myself, as always, Stephen Moustaris. And man, UFC's got their little fight night this weekend, kind of a lot like last weekend, where, not the biggest names in the world. I know we're headlined by Amanda Lemos versus Jessica Andrade. And, there are a couple of big fights or big names on the card, like Macy Barber's fighting. And, there's a couple other names. I think I've seen Charles Jourdain was fighting, but for the most part, to the average fan and to definitely the, fly-by-night fans that come, for, just the good pay-per-views, the main events, all that stuff. Like, this isn't one of them ones that you're probably going to get the most views off of, but it's definitely that one where it was exactly like last weekend, where if you are a fight fan, it's definitely one you want to check into, because these are the ones that, most of these people are no-namers, no offense. Great fighters still, it doesn't take anything away from them, but it's their chance to, kind of really sit there and make a name for themselves. So, the only other fight I really wanted to bring up at all, we have Clay Guida coming out. He's co-main event, and my boy, he's fighting. I think it was like Claudio Puelos or something. Yeah, sorry, I'm awful. But they got a good fight coming up in the co-main. I know it's the last fight of Clay Guida's contract for the UFC. And this is the tough one, man. I feel like the UFC keeps throwing him, every time he throws him, like kind of like the older names or something, he might like kind of like fall to the wayside a little bit, maybe lose. But, because he lost to Bobby Green in a pretty really good showing by Bobby Green, actually. And then he pulls out one against Michael Johnson. And then, anytime they throw him up against the new namers, though, these up-and-comers, it's like Clay Guida turns back the clock 20 years, and he comes out and he's really showing who he is. And that's what I kind of have a feeling it's going to be like this weekend. Like, I don't want to see this man going to another fight promotion and fighting at 40 years old. Not to be mean. Like, from the eye test that I've watched him in his last 3 years, like, he seems to keep getting better and better. I know he's not the Clay Guida with the speed and everything that he used to be, but his brains are way smarter and his mind's way smarter about it. So I'm very interested to see how he's going to perform. And I know Claudio Puelos, I think he's like 4-1 in the UFC, kind of like Amanda Lemos, where they lost their first fight in the UFC, but now they're on a tear. I think he's 4-1 in the UFC. He's coming out. Seems like a heavy submission guy. Definitely, I think like he's only got like 8 finishes out of his, I think 11 wins, 12 wins in his career. But there's 6 submissions out of it, and I don't know. I'm pretty interested for sure to see like how that's gonna turn out, because I don't see Clay Guida getting submitted. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I think this could actually kind of. And he can get beat in decision clearly. I know he lost like Jim Miller, I think, decision, which was a really good fight as well. And they're both kind of in the same position, but I don't know. Clearly, as a diehard UFC fan and like MMA fan regardless, but when I first got into UFC, Clay Guida was that man. His fights with Diego Sanchez and all these great fights that he had, where he'd always just come in swinging, hair in his eyes, you couldn't even see his face. Like the Carpenter, you know what I'm saying? He's out here doing his thing. So I'm very excited, and I'm always rooting for him, especially after his last performance last year at the end of 2021, where he just absolutely just looks phenomenal. Gets like this second round submission over the up-and-comer. And everybody wrote him off. It was kind of like, he's almost like the gatekeeper in a way now at lightweight, but he keeps saying, no, fuck all that. So I'm just worried that if he does lose this weekend, that the UFC is going to do what they've been doing and, just kind of cut these guys and let them go, which is understanding. But, they're getting grandfathered in here at some point in time, where they're putting all these years and all this effort in. Like, you got to give them the credit that they deserve. And I would like to see him get re-signed. I know he probably doesn't have a chance at all at running for another belt. Usually it seems to only be like heavier weight classes where like the 40-year-olds come out, like like the Dan Hendos, Randy Couture, DC. Like the guys that are 40 years old, they come out and pull it out. But I don't know. I'm really excited. Like I said, I don't want to see him turn into Like, no offense to Diego Sanchez or any of these older guys. Like, I don't want to see him go to Eagle FC. I don't want to see him go to PFL. I don't want to see him go to one championship. I don't want to see him go to Bellator. Like I don't want to see him retire either, because he has been putting on such great performances. But I am worried a little bit that like they're just kind of like chalking it up every time he gets a win. It's like, oh, okay, it's Clay Guida, but if he does lose his fight, I'm worried that they might not re-sign him, even though they should, in my opinion. I definitely want to see them re-sign him. So I don't know, but I definitely think this is a great chance for Clay to win this fight. He still seems to have his chin. Seems like he won't get finished. And hopefully I don't jinx that, knock on wood. But if this Claudio guy's just focused on a submission, it's gonna be really tough to see Clay Guida get finished like that, submitted wise, and unless he gets rocked or something, that kind of gets in a guillotine or something, then maybe I can see it, or a rear naked choke or something. I could see that, but I don't know. I think this is actually kind of leaning towards Clay Guida's favor again, and I'm really excited to see it. And I hope he gets his new contract and everything. And I'm all about seeing these guys like the Donald Cerrone's in the world, and even Cowboy Oliveira, who just got released by the UFC. But like, I like these older guys, Jim Miller. I like all these guys fighting still at 40 something, as long as they keep looking good. It's not like they're going out there and getting outclassed. So I don't know. I'm all in for it. So Clay Guida, I know you'll probably never see this, but good luck, dog. It's been an amazing 20-year ride with you. I've been a part of it for at least 16, 17 years now, watching it with you. So I can't wait to continue to see this. And 40 years old, looks like he can never even get better. So it's crazy. It's crazy out here. So let's go, baby. It's been the 5th round. As always, Stephen Moustaris. So hope you guys have a good one.